Hi guys, Zach here with a new Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. I'm starting in the bottom left position playing as the Soviets. So for this map, for those of you who don't know, you start next to an ore and gem patch, and then towards the middle there's more ore and gem patches. So during the game what you really need to do is start expanding towards the middle. Now in this game we've got a couple of different things. We've got no superpowers, which means that anyone playing as the Allies won't be able to get satellite. And also, it's got Shroud regrows, so it's going to be a lot harder to scout. Anywhere we do scout, obviously it's going to become, the Shroud's going to grow back in, so you won't have good visibility on enemy players. And that changes things actually a little bit on this start, because it means that people won't be as eager to attack early on, even if they've got vision of your base. So I'll be able to go for possibly a bit more greedy start. So I've got my first war factory. I'm going to be building an ore truck straight away, and then I'm going to be building some MCVs early on, because I don't think I will get attacked that early on this game. And there you can see my service depot's almost done, and just placing that down. And I'm going to be building a second war factory. And obviously I'm going to sell service depot to get the power back. And I'm going to go really greedy on this one, because I do think with the Shroud regrown, I haven't seen any scouts come in. So I'm going to build 5 MCVs. And you can see we've got some visibility of Orange's base. And we can see that Orange doesn't look like they're going to be in really a position to attack early on, I don't think, looking at the base layout. And there's my second war factory, and that'll just increase my building speed. Now I did make a little bit of a mistake here. What I should have done is I should have gone to the vehicle building tab and paused the MCV build and start it again, because that would give the increased building speed. So it would have made it slightly faster, because you don't actually get the increased building speed automatically. I will now on the next MCV, but on anything you are currently building. And now I'm taking another MCV, placing it there. Another reason I'm thinking about building 5 MCVs, because even if I do get attacked, if I have spare MCVs, I can sort of hide them away in places, because no one's going to have that good visibility of the map. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these MCVs to the middle, so I can start getting my base built up there. Because what I want to do is I want to spread out my economy to different places, so that I don't use all the ore in the same patch at once. So you can see me now just building a few more buildings. I've built an extra war factory because I'm going to be able to have a faster building speed with the economy that I'm currently building. And there we've got another MCV out and another one there as well. So I'm going to be able to start building tanks. And I'm going to get my radar dome out so I can see what's going on in different parts of the map. And just building another ore refinery. Construction complete. And I'm going to be getting some Tesla as well. A bit delayed on the tanks there. Unit ready. Building. And construction complete. Yeah, just getting plenty of power so I can build some Tesla in different places. Because that's going to make a big difference in fights. If someone attacks my base and you've got Tesla and tanks there, it makes a big difference compared to just having Tesla or just having tanks. And what we're trying to do is trying to get this main spot, but we can see that yellow is coming in with the heavy tank, and that's going to put a bit of pressure on this spot here. So I am building some more Tesla in different places, but I'm going to need to keep an eye out on the middle in case yellow do decide to come with some tanks. And you can see another tank there coming towards the bottom part of my base, and I'm just building an ore refinery there. But I'm just going to need to be aware. I don't want to move my tanks up there just yet. But it does look like yellow. I might have to now. You can see yellow is there with some tanks. And I've also got some infantry in there too. They actually do quite decent damage against buildings. And I'm building Tesla in my back base. Just in case to try and expand to there. And what I'm trying to do at the moment is just try and keep this base alive. But it looks like it's going to go down, unfortunately, and that has been destroyed. But I am going to be able to clear out these tanks, and I haven't lost too much of my own. So he's been losing tanks when he's been destroying my buildings, so that's given me the better tank advantage at this stage. And you can see those tanks getting destroyed, and now he's trying to go for an attack on my back base. And what I'll do here is I'm going to build... I should have actually built a flame tower for those troops, but won't matter. And you can see another Tesla going in there. And you can see now yellow is having to retreat. And the question is he going to be hurt from not having as many of losing all those tanks? Because that's the thing, when you attack an enemy base, you need to do substantial damage. Now, he did do a bit of damage, but I still had a great economy in my starting base. So what he's done is he's lost a lot of tanks, and this is the ideal opportunity for me to now go for an attack on his base. So let's see what we can do here. We can see he's got some tank numbers back, and I've now rebuilt back in the middle. And yeah, you can see the heavy tank numbers. There's not like a great difference between them, but I should be getting better reinforcements, I think, with my economy. And I'm going to build an extra war factory closer to yellow's base. So you can see now we do have the better tank numbers, and now I've got an extra war factory, so I'm going to have a faster building speed, and we're going to push into the base. Now he is using Tesla, which could provide a bit of damage to my tanks, but his tank numbers aren't that great, and you can see we're getting very close to the centre of his base. And I'm going to build another war factory because you can see I'm starting to build up, and I can see that pink is on the attack. And I think if pink's on the attack, I'm not sure whether I should go into the fight or pull. I think I'm going to pull out. We'll let pink and yellow fight it out. I think yellow's saying good game anyway because pink was in his base, but now I'm going to pull back and I'm going to go for an attack on the top left, because the top left will have a clear run and could provide a nuisance to me later on in the game. Because sometimes what you get is you get players who just build up and just get bigger and bigger forces, and then they'll just unleash an absolutely massive force at some time in the game. And I think I dived in a bit too eagerly there, and you can see he's got quite a lot of light and medium tanks. So now we've got our heavy tanks, and we're going to have to pull back a little bit. We've destroyed our truck there, so that's going to limit his economy. And you can see I've got a lot of reinforcements coming in here. I've also got an extra war factory now, so reinforcements can reach that base easier. And hopefully I'll be able to keep on supplying my army and just build up my forces once again, because you can see my forces aren't that big now. We've got about equal tank numbers, but you can see his tanks are failing HP quickly. Some of those are light tanks, so they're not very durable. And I was getting a little bit of lag there, so I couldn't move around as much. But now we've got medium versus heavy tanks, but I've got the better tank numbers because you can see all these reinforcements coming in, and soon I'm going to beat his base. So if I need to, I could use Tesla, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. You can see his tank forces are failing, and I'm going to focus on going to the next economy. But you can see now pink is near my base, and what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to sort out this first, because once I've committed to attacking orange, and the problem is now if I retreat, orange could go on the counter-attack while I'm fighting pink, even though pink is getting far too close to my base for comfort. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on those Tesla defences, because I do have quite a lot of Tesla stacked in parts of my base from when yellow went on the attack. And you can see now we're taking out the production buildings of yellow. And we're going to take out, we've got some more trucks to take out those ore refineries and take out that construction yard, so we won't be able to build any more structures. And I think these are the last few buildings of orange. I have noticed there is a service depot there, so you could potentially have an MCV somewhere on the map, but I haven't seen one. And he could, I guess he could take one maybe to the top right. I don't know how yellow's doing now. And that is orange officially out of the game, so there's no MCV on the map. He did have the potential to build one, but now we're just expanding our economy into the top left, although his main ore patch, starting ore patch, was mostly used up. But I'm going to get some decent ore from that other ore patch there. And now we're going to go to challenge pink, where you can see that pink has quite a big army there of heavy tanks. We're going to try and whittle down those numbers a little bit. The thing is, those heavy tank numbers look quite large. So I don't know, I'll have to try and move my tanks around as much as possible. And we can see she's got a Tesla behind those tanks. So I might need to pull back a little bit, because I'm just going to be throwing them away if I keep on charging them in without a plan. And we're just going to be building as many of those heavy tanks as possible. And we are getting another war factory because so our building speed is going to be very, very fast. But I noticed that yellow is attacking my base in the top of the map. And you can see he's got quite a large army. So when I attacked, when I withdrew, pink must have withdrew as well. And that's allowed yellow to build up a bit. So he's got quite a big tank mass there. And now we're going to go in with our heavy tanks. And you can see those the tank numbers are good, and they've been able to take out quite a few of my buildings. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to start building some Tesla in there, and hopefully that'll help a little bit. We can see that pink's not pushing in at the moment, which is obviously a bit helpful. And yeah, you can see those yellow tanks. Yeah, they're getting a bit trapped at the moment actually, because in my tanks, and yeah, he's lost quite a lot there, and those tanks have gone down. And now that pink's bringing more tanks in and is taking in tanks now to the bottom of my base, you can see it's in range of that Tesla fire, but they've taken out one of my ore trucks, so I'm going to have to deal with pink's army at the bottom of my base. Because you can see those tanks are quite close. I've got the Tesla close by and getting after some good shots there. And you can see that pink is on the retreat because they don't want to fight in that Tesla wall. And we do have quite a bit of Tesla there, but we need to build up defences at other parts of my base as well, because we could be in store for another attack from yellow as well. As you can see, my tank mass is very large at the moment, and I think what pink is doing is trying to guard the ore patch, because I can see some pink ore trucks going to that ore patch in the middle, and what's probably starting to happen is the ore around pink's base is becoming depleted, and that's why I expanded to the middle quite early and got a base built there, so I could have some Tesla defense on those middle ore patches. And you can see the pink, even though pink will have 3 big ore patches round the base in the bottom right, she's still needing to go to the middle to get that extra ore. Now we're getting to a later stage of the game. And I'm just having a bit of a look here. You can see it's quite hard to push through. There's a bottleneck, and then pink has a very large tank mass on the other side, and you can see how much my tanks are struggling to get through. So I'm just going to pull back a little bit because I'm losing too many tanks there, and I'm going to try and take out some of those pink ore trucks. And you can see a couple of those ore trucks going down, and pink's going to have the other trouble. If she tries to come upwards, then she's going to go through the bottleneck herself. But what she's looking at is going to my tanks at the right of my base. But now there's a third ore truck I've been taken out, and now pink's noticed she's losing ore trucks, and now she's got her tanks on the attack. But she's got a lot of tank masses around my base. It's quite hard to know where she's going to attack from, and you can see some tanks coming up from the south now, but I'm fighting the tanks to the east. But I've got a good Tesla wall there, and you can see those tanks being taken out quite quickly, and that was a little bit of a mistake from pink, and pink's going to lose quite a few tanks from that. She has managed to take out one of my ore refineries, but I do have ore refineries close by, so it's not much of an issue. And that has really helped me. It's taken out a lot of the pink heavy tanks, having those Tesla nearby. And I'm now able to start using some of the ore patches a bit more freely now. But I do have to be careful, because all this time I spend fighting with pink, yellow's going to be building more and more troops. And I do imagine it will have quite a big army of tanks by now, because it has been a little while we've been spending fighting pink. But we have been able to take out quite a few of pink ore trucks. I took another ore truck out with my tanks. I saw my Tesla take out another ore truck of pinks. So pink will be having to replace some of those ore trucks. And I'm just building up my Tesla defences for my bottom base, because I have noticed it is a bit weaker, and with pink having all those tanks there, I think I will need it. And you can see some of those pink ore trucks now going to that ore patch, so they'll be in range of Tesla shortly if they go too far to the left. But you can see there pink replacing some of her tanks. She definitely has probably a decent economy overall. And now I'm going to be bringing my tanks downwards and take out that ore truck. So there goes down another ore truck. But now pink's retaliating, and we're having a bit of a fight here. I've got my tanks a bit further down this time, so I've got more tanks surrounding. I've also got some Tesla shots coming in, which has helped me quite a bit. And it looks like we're going to be able to take out this pink tank mass. But what I can see is pink's base has expanded very far to the left. The ore refinery is in sight now, and you can see pink bringing some more tanks in. I can also see some more trucks from yellow going further towards the middle now. It looks like the outer ore patches are going to be very depleted at this point. So let's see how this fight goes against pink. It's quite hard. It looks like we've got about even numbers at the moment. Maybe pink's got slightly more. And it just depends, because I just need to get those Tesla in range. And if I had those Tesla in range, it'd help things along a lot. The problem is, though, my economy is now starting to struggle a little bit. And that's delaying my ability to get tanks and structures out. And now we can see that yellow on my radar is starting to attack. He's currently attacking me in the middle of the map, the middle parts there. And you can see he's got quite a lot of tank numbers. He's using heavy tanks the same as me. I've got a lot of Tesla there, but I do need to get my tanks up ASAP. You can see pink is bringing some heavy tanks to the left, but I think she will stay out of Tesla range. Whereas yellow's going to dive in. And you can see now yellow seem to pull back. I'm just going to destroy that pink ore truck. And I'm going to see what yellow's going to decide to do. So I've got a few Tesla there. And it looks like yellow is going to the left side of the map. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little attack on yellow's base. You can see some of those ore trucks in range of the Tesla. One getting taken out. And I'm going to be able to take out the other two ore trucks there. But that ore patch pretty much deleted. But now we can see that yellow is attacking that left side of my base, and I'm going to try and attack some of pink's yellow's base and destroy that before focusing on my own base. And you can see there's quite a few Tesla here. So I'm taking the Tesla out first because they do major damage. And now we're going to take out some of those main buildings. But you can see that pink is starting to push down. He's also attacking my economy. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to destroy some of these main buildings from yellow. But then I'm going to need to take out those yellow tanks. I'm just hoping my base can hold up long enough. And I'm just having a bit of a look at this ore patch up here as well. And now we can see that yellow's pushing further down. And now I'm going to have to respond. So I'm going to use the tanks coming out of those war factories. I've got some Tesla as well in range, which will help with that. But you can see my economy is starting to struggle a little bit, which has been the case for a couple of minutes now. But I am getting some Tesla out and I'm managing to get some tanks. And you can see that yellow's trying to retreat a little bit, but I've got tanks coming in from the north and they're going to be able to destroy all those tanks trying to retreat. And that's working out really well for me. I've managed to really reduce that yellow tank mass. But I think what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to be the aggressor now and go for the attack on yellow. Because yellow's probably not going to have much ore around their base anymore, so they're going to be very limited in what they can build. So I think now is the optimum time to attack. You can see some of those Tesla coils have been rebuilt in that part of the base that I attacked earlier. And what I'm going to be trying to do is take out the Tesla coils and also take out the major buildings like the ore refineries, the war factories, things like that. I can also see pink is sort of like getting more and more forces in that south part of the map, but I'm going to have to leave that now and focus solely on yellow because I need to get one of these players out of the game because it's hard having one player at each side of my base. And you can see this is one of the main parts of yellow's base where he's got some of the construction yards, so I'll try and take those two construction yards out. We can also see he's got some Tesla. I'll just take out these tanks first because the Tesla are a little bit out of range. And now I'm going to push in now. And we can see there's quite a number of Tesla there. There's about 5 just bunched together. And that's when they become really effective at destroying quite a few tanks. But as soon as I've taken out a couple of those Tesla, it's helping a lot. And now I'm going to be able to destroy that final Tesla and just destroy that part of yellow's base. And I'll just take out these large power plants, just so he can't build here. And I think his main base obviously will be in the top right, because I think that's where he started at the start of the game. And I think this is going to be a good game again from yellow, as he nearly got taken out earlier in the game, but I think me and pink stopped attacking at the same time. So now I'm going to be pushing to the right. We'll see what yellow's got left. I can't see any buildings. I think he's sold a lot, possibly. And yeah, I can't see anything in that top part. I'll now just pull down a little bit, see if he's got any buildings hidden behind that cliff edge in that gap there, because quite often players do. And now yellow is officially out of the game, so I'm going to have to focus on the south part of the map. And we can see that pink has got some tanks there. His ore trucks are mining, and he's got quite a few Tesla now, so it's going to be a little bit harder. Have we left it too long? Has it took us too long? Once our tanks get past, are we going to be able to defeat this pink army and Tesla? And you can see that Pink is doing a bit of a Tesla crawl, and he's also destroyed a lot of my Tesla defending the first part of my base. You can see I've only got one Tesla left there, and I did have a lot more left earlier on in the game. When I build Tesla, I need to manually command them to fire, because Tesla don't fire on other Tesla automatically, they only fire on other units automatically, so that's one of the things you need to make sure you do well if you're in a lot sort of like base on base fight. You need to make sure you manually use your Tesla. And that's the same for any buildings, like turrets and pillboxes. They won't automatically fire on other structures, they only fire on other units automatically. And now you can see Pink has quite a bit of Tesla here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and fight them with our tanks, because there's not many Pink tanks left. And Tesla on their own are quite weak because they've got such low HP. And you can see my tanks being able to take them out quite quickly. And what we're trying to do here is we're going to try and take out Pink's economy so that Pink can't build as much. And if we win this part of the map, I think we've won the game. But you can see that Pink, she's brought a lot of tanks through now. And the question is, am I going to be able to replace these tanks quickly enough? And I do suppose I possibly will have the better tank building speed, because I do think my economy is probably better at the moment at this stage in the game. And now we've just taken out that ore truck as well. And you can see those few tanks being taken out. She's got a Tesla behind, but I think I'm going to be able to take out that soon. And you can see Pink selling up some of those buildings in the middle of the map. And it looks like I'm going to be able to get control, and that's really important. You can see I've got about three miners there. I've got quite a few miners so in the middle of the map. And now I'm taking my tanks across to Pink's base. And I do suppose once we get there, we'll see that the ore patches around Pink's base will be all depleted at this point. And Pink taking another ore truck in there. And I'm just going to destroy any ore trucks that I can, really, as they come back to the base. But you can see now Pink has a few heavy tanks there. She's also got a Tesla coil behind to help defend those structures. But I think it's just a matter of time now before I'm able to defeat Pink, because you can see that ore truck's quite low on HP, but I'm just trying to destroy these Tesla structures right now. And yeah, you can see that those tanks have been defeated, and there's a couple more Tesla here, so I'm going to take them out. But yeah, as you sort of get to this point in the game, the thing is, anything that Pink loses, it's going to become harder and harder to replace as Pink loses more and more ground, because the economy will become more and more affected. And you can see all the time we're taking out ore refineries, and we're taking out loads of ore trucks this game. And we take out construction yards, which will slow building speed, but I don't think that'll matter too much at this point, because I don't think Pink will be able to use the maximum building speed available. But yeah, so we're just taking out a base, and just going to be pushed further and further back. It has been quite a hectic game though. I did push myself right into the middle, so I did know I was going to get attacked from both sides, but we thought yellow was going to be out quite early in the game, until we sort of left him because Pink was fighting, and I thought I didn't really want to fight 2-on-1 either as well. And then yellow got pushed right back, but was able to come back into the game because he got left and was able to expand back out and take control of the top part of the map. But then I had Pink with a massive tank army, and they were sitting on some of my ore patches and destroying some of my ore trucks. What possibly could have changed things round a bit is if Pink had attacked my base at certain points in the game while I was fighting other players. That would have shook things up a bit, because it would have been very hard for me to defend at the same time, or I would have had to pull back. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.